Listen, we got to discuss breaking news involving Morant. This news came across me, and to be honest with you, I was very delighted, pardon me to say the least. You know, the moment I seen this from Morant, I mean, just this was just brilliant. This is a great idea. Morant is on record. He is not looking to dunk anymore. This is what he said. There's a lot of issues going on with Morant and things of that nature. And to be honest with you, he's got to get his health right. And clearly, jumping out the building, showing that you could jump from the free throw line, put your head at the rim, pause. All of that has to stop because the moment I heard Morant say he doesn't want to dunk and he's prioritizing his health, the only person I could think of is Derrick Rose. You think of Russell Westbrook. Obviously, Westbrook, he went out. Westbrook was like an Iron Man prior to Patrick Beverly and that freak accident. A lot of people don't remember that aspect of things, but I mean it was the truth. Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies right now, they are sitting fourth right now in the loaded Western Conference. I told everybody last year and before this season even started that when Morant comes back, I understand that you may have people and teams in position. But remember, the last time was healthy, y'all, the Memphis Grizzlies was the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Make no mistake about the situation. And they looking to get their spot back. Now, has, missed some time and that's hurt him. They know they need Morant. But, this whole situation broke out, the American Airlines Center crowd when Grizzlies Morant had nothing but, blue paint between him and the rim after stealing the ball nearly half court midway through the second quarter. And the fans booed when Morant, just it was just crazy to be honest with you. Morant is just a true talent in my humble opinion. This guy, Morant, is going to take the Memphis Grizzlies to the promised land. They have to basically get some secondary pieces, in my opinion. I'm not sure about the Desmond Baines of the world, the Jaren Jacksons. I'm not sure how long these guys are going to be able to progress. In my humble opinion, I don't know if I see superstardom in this league. You're going to need that because the Grizzlies, they very well could finish with the number 1 seed for crying out loud. But in the playoffs, when the game is slowed down, more half court, Morant is only going to be able to take you but so far. The one-man show, that doesn't work anymore in the NBA. That's over with. You got to have a team. And playoffs, they're going to shut options down. Players and, that you was getting off, players that was getting off in the regular season. Come playoff time, they forget how to make a layup. You understand? Things get a little tighter. So it just is what it is at the end of the day. But I do believe Memphis is going to do well in the playoffs, in my humble opinion. And this is why Ja has to prioritize his health. I remember Derrick Rose. I could just remember it like it was yesterday. It was in the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers had that game in the bag. Pardon me. The Chicago Bulls had that game against the Sixers in the bag. And for whatever reason, Thibodeau had Derrick Rose out there a little longer than he was supposed to. And then out of nowhere, just a freak accident. Derrick Rose could have very well been sitting on the bench and avoided, all of that. But crazy, it just looked like he just, blew out a tire, after he jumped, and it was crazy. He tore his ACL. Derrick Rose, I think, is a prime example. I'm going to keep harping on Rose because Derrick Rose was jumping with every fiber in his body. If you look back at that, I want people to go back and replay that dunk against Goran Dragic. You understand? Just go back and look back, because he just clearly bolted. He did a full bend and exploded. You understand? Pause. It just is what it is, and that's not good. To do with your knees for everything. That's dunking. You ain't even talking about the pro hops and the other things that was going on. It's just we all know these guys are just all world athletic. You don't have to display that athleticism every single time. Sometimes when it's not even warranted, and that's what I believe John Morant is alluding to. Will he dunk again? I'm pretty sure he will, but I understand where he's coming from. If this is going to keep John Morant healthy for nearly the full 82 games, I think everybody needs to start dunking. Now, the question is this going to be a new trend going on? Because I look at a guy like Miles Bridges. I want to go to Miles Bridges in Charlotte. After he came back from all of the stuff off the floor, I noticed with Miles, he really wasn't jumping out the building like that. It was a campaign all off season with Miles, and now he's letting everybody know that he's still got the bungees, he got the hops, and this, that, and third. But I'm starting to wonder: is this conversation being floated around NBA players and stars? Is this something that they're talking about? Where the dunk is about to slow down because it's too much risk, involved. If they stop dunking, maybe they could, stretch their careers out. Is that something that these NBA players are going to prioritize? I think that's going to be the $1 million question, because, you look at guys like Zion. Clearly, Zion and Ja, they pretty much came up together. How devastating would that be if we have a situation where partly Zion Williamson does not want to, dunk anymore? This will be bad. You understand? Because the dunk is very, iconic. I mean, these guys don't even want to do dunk contests, for crying out loud. It's so crazy because, I think, John, I'm not sure, but clearly these guys need to seriously think of doing a dunk contest. It's just upsetting. The NBA players before, and LeBron started all of this, because LeBron never participated in anything. And I just think it's an indictment on All-Star Weekend. I don't want to get too far off of this, but, I'm just saying, it is what it is. We couldn't even get LeBron in the skills challenge, but it's crazy. But now we're going to figure out, what does this mean for Ja and the Memphis Grizzlies? Because if their playoff hopes are successful, people are going to take heed, and this is going to be a new trend, in the league. But Ja did, get tangled up in that game, and obviously, he's going to slow things down in order to be durable. This guy, John Morant, he's 6'2", 174 pounds. So he gotta really make sure that he's able to play and not be on the sidelines. That's very paramount. Listen, we're going to be bringing more content, news, updates, and more. Make sure you hit the like button, and most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV.